beautiful soul family. Welcome to the live lounge. It is such a joy to be with you. This is going to be the last of the season. I'm Caroline Crawford.
And I'm Paul Crawford.
And the beautiful soul sister sparkling up there is going to be joining us from Arcadia a little later. So we've got through, is this our 13th show?
Yeah, it's the 13th show. So
lucky for some.
A full packed 12 shows with loads of information, loads of stories and words of upliftment and wisdom and some teachings in there.
Yeah.
And something for you to take away with and use in your everyday life, really.
Yeah. So we thought we've kind of enjoyed how the show's evolved from how we first started the show, or our first intention, should I say, and that's evolved. And so we're going to look back over a few things, but we want to keep it fresh. We're also going to be revealing some new things for the upcoming seasons, which I am extremely excited about.
Yeah.
And I think Paul is as well, aren't you?
Definitely. Yeah, there's so much going on that we've got plans for, and Christine with new ideas. And yeah, so keep watching. We'll tell you when it is at the end of the show.
Well, we'll perhaps tell you a bit more. There is going to be some channeling. We're going to have a lot more input from our spirit teams. They're very keen to help us out as well.
Yeah.
And also, Christine's going to be talking about things to help you expand your thoughts, expand your mind. But just before we go into that, I'm just going to say a little thing, because we are going to be talking about energy. And I've literally today just heard that the Earth's energies are shifting so fast with all this energy that's pouring into the universe, because we're going through what is known as the photon belt, which we haven't been through. I think it's 12,000 years. And that is to help really raise the consciousness of humanity. Now, this energy that's pouring in, it's actually shifting the magnetics of the Earth. And it's changing so quickly that the North Pole is moving. So they're actually having to update GPS systems so aeroplanes actually land in the right place. So that's how much things are shifting on an outer level. And I know, and I'm sure many of you do know, that there's a lot shifting on an inner level as well. And the more we can try and balance that up and be aware of that, the more helpful it's going to be.
I think we've been aware of this energy shift that's going on for a number of years now, but particularly in the last couple of years, I think it's really become more heightened, because people want change. People want to expand and to grow. They want to be more joyous and more fulfilled. And the way forward of doing that is to just be aware of your energies, because everything is about energy. Everything is about the energies you're creating within yourself. And one of the things we talked about was mastering your thoughts to master your life. I can't remember what show it was. Actually, I should have written down what the shows were as well. But no, anyway, go onto YouTube and watch all of them. You'll love it. And for me, it was really a highlight of the importance of what we're thinking and how that impacts on our energies. And if you're impacting on your energies, you're then creating an environment around you. Because everything is about resonance. Everything is about vibration.
Well, it was Nikola Tesla said, wasn't it? This is one of our favorite of all time quotes. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Because we, in essence, everything is vibration and vibrating at a particular frequency, and that energy within us as human beings is governed by mainly our thoughts and what we're choosing to think.
Definitely, because you are your thoughts. And if you're filling yourself with thoughts of a lower vibration, then your energies are going to be lower. I think, to me, it's such a simple way of looking at it. So the more positive you can be, then you're filling yourself with that greater vibrancy. And therefore, because of the fact that everything in this universe and beyond is connected, you're then sending that energy out into the world, into the universe. And the universe is going to reflect and respond by mirroring that energy back to you and creating the circumstances, environment and experiences of that same energy.
Because all thoughts, and I think again we're all becoming more aware of this, carry an individual frequency, and the more positive they are, obviously the higher the frequency. And things like kindness, compassion, positivity, appreciation and gratitude, these are all on the higher end of the frequencies. And when we're thinking in those terms, of course, we're going to feel more positive and much more upbeat, have much more energy, feel happier, feel more positive and feel stronger. And of course, if they're on the lower end of anger, anxiety, revenge, feelings of unworthiness or feeling guilty or shame, that's going to, you know, without doubt, just lower your vibration. But as I said, you know, thoughts are electrical impulses and our emotions are actually magnetic waves. And together, these form what is known as a biofeedback loop, which is why whatever dominant thoughts we're sending out, the majority of our thoughts, it's being mirrored or reflected back to us in our lives. So you only have to look what's going on in your outside life, what occurrences are happening. And if you don't like them, change your thoughts. And if they're good, you know you're on the right path. But this is where I think humanity and everybody's going to, or most people are going to become so much more aware and mindful of choosing the thoughts that are nourishing to them, that bring into their lives more positivity, more joy, more happiness, health and well-being. You know, it's all based on energetics. Everything is energy. So the more we, you know, the more we can think in those terms, the better we're going to affect our lives and the lives of those around us.
Absolutely. You know, and if you put it in those sort of terms, it takes on, well, for me anyway, it takes on a greater importance. But the more you can connect and be more aware, then the more that becomes your standard place of what you do, and everything evolves from that. But also, really, it's not to judge yourself; it's to be be understanding. In the same way that you might, you know, if a child, you know, was upset about something, you'd be so understanding towards them, and you'd be saying, look, you know, come on, it's okay, it's not your fault, you know, da, 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 da. But it's, you know, so, and take that into yourself. You know, so often so many people, including us as well, we can give this advice about, you know, not judging yourself, but you know, really, if you take it on board, if you catch yourself at that earlier stage, it's easier to stop it. And then you can start to let go of those things, those beliefs.
I mean, I don't think we mentioned this before, but I had something very recently come up in my own life where, you know, it made me realise that I was judging myself. And as soon as I realised that, I now think, right, change that, because you know, if you're judging anybody else or criticizing or, you know, whatever it is, don't like the way someone's doing something or don't like the way somebody's speaking, just change how you feel within yourself. It might not immediately change them, but what's important is it's changing you, because that's what we're responsible. As we all know, we're responsible for our own thoughts and our own well-being. So,
So what caught your eye over or to memory about?
I think
what went on?
Well, energy and thoughts are such a, you know, play such a big part. But I think one of my other favourites is, and my friends all laugh because they'll probably know what I'm going to say, is setting your intentions, because, you know, intentions are very much central to our lives. And every morning when I wake up, you know, I think if we can think in terms of how would I like my day to go, or rather than how would I like today, everywhere I go and everyone I meet, I'm going to feel a positive vibe. I'm going to feel a positive energy. I'm going to radiate from the love of myself. I'm going to radiate that positivity from my soul. Because the more we set that intention, that energy is then preceding us. It's preceding us, our situations, the people that we're interacting with. So, and if we come across challenges, which, you know, invariably we do,
don't
we?
Will. Yeah, we're living in a physical world, so we're going to have challenges.
We're going to be in a better place to navigate through that, to manage our way through that. You know, the other day I just thought, God, I'm feeling such a high level of peace and tranquility, and it was really nice. So, you know, the more our thoughts can weave their way to listening to our intentions, listening to our thoughts, those thoughts that stem from our intuition, from our soul, it's going to set us in good stead. It's going to set our day up. It's going to set us up. And whatever happens, you know, if we have a little wobble, it's not going to be as bad because we've got a deeper understanding of ourselves.
I think you bring yourself back to a more balance. You bring it back to center much more quickly.
Yes.
But life is about ebb and flow.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you're going to feel really great. Other times, not so great. And that's okay. That's part of life. That's part of why we're here in this physical existence. But also to remember that you will only experience in life things that you can overcome, that you can cope with. So you are strong. Everybody is an infinite being. Your spirit is infinite.
Yeah.
And in connecting to the energy of your spirit, of your soul, which is your soul is always always talking to you with these words of wisdom and understanding, and bringing that greater positivity to you.
And sometimes humor.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Humor's
such
a good
great
one.
thing.
Yeah.
But actually then, you know, listening to that wisdom of you, and the more you can do that, the more you can connect to your soul, your spirit, the more you're connecting to the creative energies of everything that exists. Of all of life in this world and all the worlds beyond.
Would you have a kind of favorite intention or some thoughts that you have that set your day up, Paul? Sorry, I've just put him on the spot.
Well, the one thing that I actually wrote down, and I just mentioned it, is the guidance of your soul is always talking to you. And to me, it's such a simple thing, but for me, it says everything. And it kind of gets me to stop and to start listening and to start paying attention to my inner world and realizing that I am a powerful being, and I can connect to that and share that energy first with myself by creating it in myself, and then sending that out into the world.
And when you said that, I just thought, God, that is so expansive. Having those kind of thoughts just open you up. But you know, another little thing before we go over to Christine is also I have these post-it notes around the house, like, you know, what thoughts are you aligning with now? What positive thoughts are you bringing into your life? How can you change the way you're thinking to think even more empowered thoughts? And having them around the house and even in the car, you know, in the bathroom, in the kitchen, places you're going to see them often, can really help us raise that vibration and tune in a little bit more to our true selves, to our true nature, because I say, you know, they are always there. So for those of you that has just joined us, we're just having a little recap over our favourite shows. We've done some reveals for our new up and coming season on some channeling, which Paul's going to talk about later, and having a lot more spirit input. But I think, is there anything else you wanted to say before we go over to Christine?
You know, this is really just a flavour of some of our best bits.
Yeah.
But there was always that underlying theme of running through everything of energy, whether it's energy from your thoughts you're creating, or energy from what you're eating, energies from your rituals that you're taking on. So go back and look on, go back and look on YouTube.
Yeah. So Christine's getting ready for us. we're going to go over to Christine, and she's going to talk about a couple of her favourites from the first season. And welcome, Christine. How are you doing over there? I know she had some Wi-Fi problems because we've had a lot of rain and thunder here, just for a change, but I think you're okay.
Yes, the challenge living out in the country is it's hard to get internet service, and satellite is my only option. But when it gets the really heavy rains, a little bit of rain's okay, but the big heavy rains, it just shuts the whole thing down.
Yeah. But you're
How
here.
do you live without internet?
Yeah. You're here,
and
what are you going to talk to our lovely listeners, our beautiful soul family about?
Yes, so happy to be here with everybody. And well, first, I just wanted to take a moment of gratitude because this has been an awesome 13 shows. And everyone that's joined us, you know, every month has been just a wonderful experience, and to be able to share things that might be helpful for people. So I just wanted to pause for a moment and just say thank you to everyone who's, you know, charged along with us through this journey.
Yeah, definitely.
I think one of my favorite topics that we talked about was intuition. And I think one of my favorite ways to think about it, because, you know, intuition can be used, or it affects us in a lot of different ways. And sometimes I think the simplest ways are the best. So the thing that I've been made an impression on me with regard to, you know, working with, you know, your intuition, my intuition, is that it can be about spirit guides and messages and stuff like that, and that's part of it. But when you get right down to the root of it, it's just the simple listening and feeling and allowing yourself to just be open. Because sometimes if we label something like what it's supposed to look like or feel like, is it a feeling in my gut? Is it a voice in my head? But just being still and allowing just those feelings to come in, or those nuances to come in, I think is a really good way to look at it.
Definitely.
So, and then I also just wanted to, I know we did an exercise one time with the bee hum. And since we did it once, because not only is it breath work, but it's also sound healing. So you take two modalities and you put them together and get multiple benefits out of them. The last time we did it, I explained how you could do it yourself, where you put your fingers on these front flaps, this cartilage of your ear, so you can plug your ear up. And then you can either just sit anywhere and do it, or you can also like go in the corner and face the corner of a room so that your hum reverberates off the walls and it adds additional vibration. So I know we did that, you know, individually, but this time Paul, did you figure out if we could do it and unmute everybody?
Well, I will ask
we could do
everyone,
the hum all together, but
yeah, I will ask everyone to unmute. So if they get this invitation, you should just be able to click on it, because when I ask you to unmute, what comes up on your screen?
Okay. It's a little box and it says host is asking you to unmute or something, and you just click unmute.
Okay, I think everybody.
Okay,
unmute.
I'm unmuted.
We can hear you.
Hi there,
Dee. So we're gonna do this for about 60 seconds. That's all. And the beautiful thing is you might not be able to hum for a full 60 seconds. So what you do is you let your hum fade, but then you just breathe in and then you join back in again. So it's just a rotating vibration.
So we're all going to do
it. And then I'll just signal with my hand up if everyone does it with their eyes open when the minute is done.
We're all just clearing our throats. Okay. Have a sip. Okay.
All right. And this is more about you feeling the vibration yourself, but also getting a little bit of that vibration from everyone else through the computer. So it's inward and outward. So is everyone ready? Take a deep breath in and just hum. Make this your last breath.
Okay, before we go on, I'm just going to mute everyone again, and then I'll ask you to unmute again, Christine. Okay, so
well, that was fun. That I could really hear all those different hums going on, and yeah, I'm jokingly looking round for the buzzing bee. Yes,
that was good. And you could I think this time round I felt stronger in my resonance, and I think that's a reflection of where my energies currently are. So yeah, that was great.
So what were you hoping we were going to feel with that exercise, Christine?
You know, it just opens up your energy, but because of the beehive, when you do it together, it adds that extra element of community.
Yeah,
lovely.
Yeah.
So the vibration does the cleansing, you know, with your energy, and just opens you, but then the community makes you, you know, brings you all together.
Yeah,
great.
Yeah, well, that's wonderful. Yeah, really enjoyed that. And yeah, so much more to come in the new season as well.
Did you want to mention briefly anything you're hoping to bring to the new season, Christine?
Yes, I'd like to add a touch of philosophy. I don't know if that's the right word, but just talk about big ideas and general ways to help us think about becoming more expanded. Sometimes we're limited by our thoughts, and it's nice to be able to not be given a direction to think, or what's the right way to put it? Not be told what to think, but being helped to open up your options so you can formulate for yourself how to think about things.
Taking back your power.
Great. Thank you so much. I'm really looking forward to that.
That'd be great.
Yes.
So I like it when it's expansive and you know, it gets you thinking in new ways to enhance where you currently are.
Okay, so now Paul's just going to talk. Well, he's just going to explain a little bit, because as we said, in the new season we are hoping to do a fair amount more channeling. And that'll be good, sprinkled in with Christine's philosophy and her guidance to help us expand and grow from within. So it's all tying in. So I'm going to ask Paul if he would explain, because I know there may be some beautiful soul family that maybe have never experienced channeling. They don't know what it is. So Paul's going to just tell us a little bit about that, if you would.
Well, the essence of channeling is you're relaying messages from spirit, and there's different levels of channeling. You can get a deep trance where you would go as the channeler, you would go into a deep state, and your spirit team would actually talk through you, and in that instance you wouldn't remember what was going on. And then at the other scale,
but we won't be using that one.
No, we won't be
No.
using that one, because
No.
of the way that, I mean, I've been working with my team for over 3 decades now,
Yeah,
and
sure.
and it's evolved over that time. To the other scale of that, the other end of the scale of that, is where you're feeling an inspiration and you're speaking that inspiration, but you're speaking it without hesitancy. You're not thinking about what's being said. You're just getting that thought form and you're just saying it. And often I find, because when I'm talking, a lot of times I will but when I'm channeling, it doesn't happen.
No, it's funny, because I was just going to say that as well.
Yeah. So I kind of go into that greater connection to self.
Yeah.
And what you were saying earlier, Christine, is exactly what they say: keep it simple. Don't pigeonhole yourself or pigeonhole life, because you're restricting and limiting what you're doing. It's allowing yourself to be the infinite, expansive beings you are.
Yeah. And would you like to, Paul, tell us a little bit about your team, your collective that do channel through you, who they are?
Yeah, well, we were always pushing for names, and to them, a name is irrelevant. Yeah. But as human beings, we like to give a name to something. Yeah. So my collective consciousness is known as Jarama. And what
would you, how would you explain I mean, because we know, but what is a collective?
To me, it's these higher benevolent beings, non-physical beings, that are able, because they're not of this physical existence, they're able to, or they are connected in a much stronger way to the truth of their being, to that infiniteness, to that real expansive love. Yeah. And people say, well, why do you channel? Why do people channel? And it's becoming a lot more popular now. Yeah. And the reason is that they want to help. They want to help humanity by bringing some simple words of wisdom and understanding, so that we can learn to expand and think for ourselves. Then we can connect to that, our soul talking to us.
Because I think in this, you know, as they see it, or as we see it, you know, the earth vibration is a much lower frequency than these higher vibrations, and they have to kind of lower their frequency a little bit, and we have to get into ours to higher. But they very much want to raise the consciousness of humanity by empowering you, not telling you what to do. I think this is a really important point to make. They will give analogies, they will give you ideas, they will give you thoughts, but they emanate, and we're sure that you'll feel this online, such a powerful and loving, all-encompassing energy. So we're hoping as well that we're sure it will, that'll come across online.
But it's not just me who channels as well. Because you also, Caroline also channels, and has been for many years. And Caroline's team is known as Alicia, and a lot of times they're coming through on a very much stronger feminine energy. But recently as well, you've also been channeling these Galactic Federation of Light. And they've been becoming...
It's out there now. It's out there.
It's funny, before we were saying, Caroline said, oh, should we mention that? And I said, yeah, let's mention it. And this is what life's about now. You know, let's get it out there. Let's get that message out there, and let's just say it.
Because it is one of love. It is one of positivity. It's one to help us evolve. So, you know, in my mind, it's going to help us evolve. It's going to help, you know, other generations evolve, and you know, to make this world a better place. That's what it's all about. And to realize that, you know, we can create our reality. We be the master of ourselves. That's when we live from our sovereignty, from who we truly are, from our true selves. And by connecting to spirit, to these benevolent, wonderful higher beings of light, they will help us to do that. Because in a lot of senses, and they've said this to us many times, they're just reminding us. And when we get out of that stressful, resistant thinking to more allowing higher thoughts, and we lift ourselves up onto that energy, life becomes pure joy. So
yeah, I think very true. And talking of pure joy, you're going to be doing a visualization for us, aren't you?
Yeah. I don't know how that linked into pure joy.
Well, but it's because it's such a lovely thing to do, and it's such a positive thing to do.
So what I thought, joy. So what I thought I'd sort of, a lot of the feedback we get is that our viewers do like the visualizations, the guided visualizations, and because there's a lot of uncertainty about, or there has been, and people are feeling maybe a little bit jittery or anxious or frustrated, I'm going to do what I thought I would bring to the table would be a grounding visualization, but also I'm going to add to that a little bit of strengthening. So if you'd like to get yourselves comfortable, I will talk you through it. I'd like you to relax your shoulders, uncross your arms or legs, and take your awareness to your breath, and just take 1 or 2 deep breaths. Feel you're making that inner connection. So we're going to intend to ground and anchor our energies to help us feel more stable and more in tune with these beautiful vehicles of ours, our physical body. So if you'd like to take your awareness down to the soles of your feet, take a breath, and then imagine that growing out, expanding out through the soles of your feet are lights that look like roots of a tree. And you're going to send those lights down through the floor beneath you. See those roots going down into the earth below your feet. We're going to send those lights down through all the many layers of Mother Earth, deep into the center of Mother Earth, to the very core of her being. And there in the center, at the core of her being, lays a beautiful, tranquil lake of energy. And you can feel that tranquility as your roots anchor deep down in that tranquil energy now. Take a nice breath. Feel those anchors of your roots, absorbing that tranquility deep in the core of Mother Earth. And then leaving your roots there, gently, gradually bring your awareness back up to the soles of your feet. There's still a light there, a light full of tranquility, and we're going to gently bring that light up to fill and surround our body. So bring that light up through your legs, up through your lower body, the hips, the lower abdomen, into your middle body. Feel it shining and radiating around you as it comes up into your heart. And just imagine that light shining in your heart with all that tranquility. Feel how that is. We're going to leave that light there, and we're going to take our awareness up above, up into the sky, and imagine a beautiful radiant sun radiating a divine loving energy full of empowerment, full of light. And that light now begins to stream down through that sun, through the roof above you, coming just above your head. Know this light is full of strength and empowerment, pure source energy. And allow that light now to come in through your crown, to fill your head, surrounding your head, radiating down through your neck and throat, all around as it flows down into both shoulders, flows down your arms and out through your fingertips. Radiant, pure source energy, strengthening you, strengthening your entire energy field as it comes now down into your heart, coupling and merging with that tranquil energy from Mother Earth. As above, so below. And see those energies merging and shining out, right out into your energy field, glowing several feet around you, grounding and strengthening your energies now as you breathe them in and enjoy that energy as you focus there for just a few more breaths. Sensing, feeling, visualizing that light all around you. Remembering your connection to your true nature. And the more you shine and radiate your light, the stronger and happier you become. And just affirm, I am light. I am love. I am truth. I am joy. We'll repeat that once more before gently bringing ourselves back. So breathe in as you say, I am light. Exhaling, I am love. Inhaling, I am truth. Exhaling, I am joy. Be aware of how you're feeling. Think about gently, gradually bringing yourself to. How are you feeling? Can we have a thumbs up? Did you feel that energy? Good.
And I think it's important to remember that visualizations are powerful activators of energy. And by doing these visualizations, you're actually seeing that energy and filling yourself with that energy that you're visualizing. So the more that you can keep practicing with it, the stronger the connection becomes.
Yeah.
But always it's finding the way that works for you, the visualization that works for you.
Yeah.
So have fun with it and play with it a little bit.
Yeah, I am hoping to do a more extended version on my YouTube channel, so you can look for that as well. Caroline Crawford, I think it's Spirit of Love now. But
yeah.
So I hope you've enjoyed that, our little recap, with some new bits and bobs in there as well. Thank you, Christina, as well, part of our soul crew, part of our beautiful soul family. Remember, so before we go, we're going to say, remember that you are energetic beings of light. You are multidimensional. So choose your thoughts mindfully.
Very much so. And avoid judgments, both of yourself and others, because that just creates restriction within yourself. And remember, I know I said it earlier, but I can't move away from this. But the guidance of your soul is always talking to you. So just allow it in, allow yourself to connect to it.
Yeah. And lastly, just really respect and cultivate your quiet time. Meditate, be in nature, be still. Sometimes we need to go wild, play some music, sing, play, do a cartwheel, if only. I was never able to do a cartwheel. But, be in nature, respect yourself, listen within and cultivate and expand the energy of your soul, because that's what we're here to do, to grow and expand and to have fun along the way and enjoy life.
And more fun.
Yeah. So we're back with new topics. Remember, please send any questions in you have for Spirit, and try to keep them open questions, not just a personal question. For our Spirit teams, you can send them either via Messenger or our website that Paul will put up along the bottom here.
Yeah.
Or, if you know us, you can send us it via a WhatsApp text message as well. We would ask you to send some questions in at the latest by September the 8th, because the next show after our summer break will be September the 15th. Have a great summer, really enjoy being you and really cherish yourselves. I'm off on a road trip to Colorado for a couple or just over 2 weeks, actually, with a girlfriend in her brand new trailer. So that's going to be fun. You'll probably hear some things about that. And I'm really looking forward to that, getting out in America more. So, yeah. And Paul, what did you want to say?
Yeah, so I just really wanted to say, keep enjoying yourselves, keep growing, keep expanding, and most of all, keep shining your light.
Yes.
And we believe in you.
Yeah.
Because we know that we are all connected, we are all one, we are all of that infinite energy.
Yeah.
So keep shining.
So thank you so much for joining us. We really do appreciate it, and we love being with you. We look forward to seeing you in September. You could always send us messages, let us know any other ideas that you have for anything. But we're sending you lots of love from our heart to yours all around the world. Have a wonderful summer, and from the Soul Crew, bye for now. Mwah. Lots of love. Take care. Shine that light.
Look after yourself.